Howdy and welcome to the Mighty Motor Truck Channel. It's a truck. First off, before I do this video, let me make very clear, now I want to make very clear, I don't support discrimination. I believe a person should be paid the same salary for the same work. Equal pay for equal work. I think the workplace should be friendly for both men and women. I think executives of a workplace, management of a workplace, should try to maintain a friendly environment for their employees, men and women. Do I think that James Damore should have been fired? No. His essay that he wrote, his free speech that he exercised, is protected by federal law. Employees have the right to address concerns about their workplace. And he did that. Whether you agree with what he wrote or not, his speech should have been protected, just like women in that same workplace, speech should be protected, as long as it does not translate into hate speech, as long as it does not translate into using fighting words. He didn't cross that line. Now, some of the mischaracterizations of his essay may have implied that he crossed that line, but the actual real essay that he wrote, that at least in part was based on scientific reports, sourced scientific reports. His actual essay did not really cross that line, and Google should not have fired him. And what's more, Google's legal team should not have allowed him to be fired. But forget the legal argument. Just forget that for now. Think about the moral standing that Alphabet had in their behavior toward James Damore. If you've never seen the movie Lord of the Flies, you probably should see it. You probably should, rent it, download it, whatever, and watch it. I hated the movie. I absolutely hated it. And we were made to watch it in school. Probably because we were all a bunch of little savages. Yeah, this is what you people are. You're savages. You're savages. Year after year, teachers would make us watch that, and I think they'd look at me. But think of Twitter as a desert island, and consider that the savages largely run that desert island. And consider that Google, Alphabet, they during this controversy, they went over to that desert island. And instead of following the rule of law, they wouldn't know what the savages thought. And the savages said, forget it, James Damore. Forget it, James Damore. Forget James Damore. We don't care about James Damore. No, we got more important things. There's a little fat kid on this island. And he told me that I got a little micro dick. He insulted my manhood. And we're going to get that dude for insulting my manhood. And Google's not sure Alphabet's not sure how to respond to that. Because they're looking at his little pecker, and yeah, it is a micro dick. So Alphabet's not really sure. He's scratching their head. They're not really sure how to respond to that. And then a woman steps up. She's also a little savage. And she says, "And that little nerd, he told me I had small breast. I was small." That's what he said. He said I have small breast. Hurt my feelings so fucking bad. I won't kill that son of a bitch. and go, oh my God, that little nerd, he's a sexist. He's a fucking sexist. Yeah, let's go get that nerd. Let's get him. So Alphabet, Google, they join and they start hunting down that nerd. Because he told the girl she's got small breasts. And Alphabet said, that's sexist. That's wrong. So Alphabet joins with these savages to hunt down that nerd. That nerd's running for his life. And he stumbles and he falls and he breaks his glasses. His glasses have got big old cracks in them, but he keeps them on because he wants to see. He's trying to see. He's running. He runs up a little mountain area. He approaches a cliff. He's not aware of the cliff, but he's approaching the cliff. And he's having trouble seeing. He's feeling around. He's feeling lost. He's scared. And Alphabet's right there with those savages. And they have an opportunity to help that nerd. They have the opportunity to help him. They have an opportunity to try to straighten the situation out. But no, they reach that little nerd. They kick the legs out from under him. They kick the hell out of him. He falls down. His head bounces down on the ground. His broken glasses, instead of just the glass being cracked, the nose guards broke. One part of the glasses fly this way, the other part of the glasses fly the other way. And he's stretching out. He's trying to crawl. He's trying to figure out what to do. And then he rolls over. He rolls over and he stares up at Alphabet. Help me. Please help me. I beg you. Please help me. Protect me from those people. Protect me from those savages. They've lost their mind. They're crazy. Please protect me. And Alphabet looks at him and says, you told that young girl over there she's got small breasts. That's sexist. You don't deserve our help. And one of the savages' hands manages to man up and get a big boulder and hands that boulder over to Alphabet. Tells Alphabet, we want you to kill him. We want you to destroy that little nerd. We're tired of his insults. We're tired of what he has to say. We don't like what he has to say. The little guy with a little micro dick. I don't like being told my dick's small. And the girl, her breasts actually are small. I don't like when people say I have small breasts. And guy's got allergies real bad. He's sneezing and wheezing and blowing snot out. And he called me booger nose. He called me booger, hurt my feelings so bad. Called me booger nose. That son of a bitch called me booger nose. Alphabet takes that boulder. Looks down at that nerd just right there at Alphabet's feet. Alphabet doesn't have to hurt that nerd. Alphabet does not have to hurt that nerd. Alphabet should have the leadership ability to know you protect all of your workers. And when you're positioned to help people that aren't your workers, you help them as well. You don't hurt people. You don't try to justify hurting people. You don't try to rationalize, oh, well, it's okay because my feelings were hurt. Yeah, it's okay. No, you don't do that. So Alphabet takes that boulder. They lift that boulder up. That little kid, oh, God, please, no. And Alphabet throws that boulder down on that kid and smashes his brains in. Because that's how little respect for life Alphabet really has. Now you may think, oh, well, Alphabet didn't hurt James Damore. They didn't kill him. You're just a drama queen. You're being dramatic. Alphabet didn't kill him. You deprive someone of their livelihood. You engage in economic warfare against people. You drive them, you attempt to drive them to the point of suicide. You're no better than if you throw a boulder on someone's head and smash their brains in. If you work to destroy someone's life or take away any will they have to live, you drive them to suicide by your actions. You're no better than the savages. You are a savage. Now, if the James Damore case was isolated, just an isolated example of Alphabet having poor judgment, that would be bad. But then you look at what they're trying to do to YouTube to increase the level of censorship on YouTube. They join with savage advertisers that want to censor YouTube creators. They've gone badass crazy and trying to devise new ways to censor videos or to make it more difficult for videos to be found. In some cases, they're actually talking about where they won't be able to have discussions, beneath, in the comment section beneath videos. If they were just playing that for actual hate speech or really truly bad behavior of the savages, it would kind of be okay. I mean, there would be gray areas, there'd be problems potentially, but they're making clear that no, they plan to extend the censorship way beyond the pale of when people cross that line. So Alphabet is going down a path that really should cause the hairs on the back of your arm to stand up. Alphabet is going down a path that should make investors think twice, 3 times, 4 times before putting another dime in the company. And what's so weird is Alphabet doesn't have to make the mistakes that it seems to be intent on making. They don't have to make these mistakes. Their system was working. Just because you have savages on Twitter or you have some savage advertisers that wants you to change the way your company operates so that you hurt people, so you throw a boulder on a little nerd's head, just because you've got the savages trying to push you, the company, Alphabet, in that direction, doesn't mean you do it. Leadership at Alphabet should have enough sense to say, no, we believe in free speech. When lines are crossed, we will punish it, we will deal with it. But we believe in free speech. And we don't believe that you intentionally hurt people. We're not going to become haters to fight haters. We're not going to discriminate to fight discrimination. We're not going to be savages. We're going to do people right. We're going to do right by people. That should be the message that Alphabet is sending out. But no, that's not the message Alphabet is sending out. Alphabet is joining with the savages. Someone at Alphabet, and I'm not talking about economic warfare. I'm not talking about retribution. I'm not talking about doing things to hurt people just to hurt people. But if there is bad leadership at Alphabet that is pushing Alphabet down the wrong road, the people who own the controlling shares of Alphabet should have enough sense to make changes. And if they don't have enough sense to make changes, then people should not invest in the company. And there again, I'm not talking about economic warfare. I'm not talking about retribution. I'm talking about if a company is going down the road, it doesn't matter about the company's history, past, how wonderful the company was in the past. If they have veered off and are heading down a road where they support the savages against civilized man, there's a problem, and the problem needs to be corrected.